I'm Emily McSwain, Cal Poly TAGA's president. We are so excited to present our 2021 competition submission. To start, we wanted to explain our theme this year. Our theme is titled California Calling. We each call California home in one way or another, so we wanted to pay homage to the state. In a time of fear and uncertainty this past year, we looked to the landscape of California for grounding. The ebbs and flows of California's hills, tides, and clouds remind us that change is perpetual and a period of decline is necessary for growth. Additionally, California Calling is a nod to our frequent Zoom calls. We wanted to embrace the unique circumstances surrounding this year's competition to produce technology-driven, optimistic deliverables.
Hi, I'm Victoria Plum, TAGA's Vice President, and to connect the journal articles to our theme, we decided that each article would be located in a different region of California. The roadmap guides you through the state by making stops in Napa Valley, San Francisco, Paso Robles, San Luis Obispo, and Los Angeles. Key symbols and icons are represented for that region using icons. We used abbreviated titles of the articles for our roadmap. The illustrations depict classic landscapes, landmarks, and symbols of the state of that area's culture. The illustrations are featured on the article title pages. The roadmap and illustrations were created by Kaylee and the design team, which consists of TAGA general body members. I'm now going to show you our illustrations.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Kitayama, and I'm this year's design coordinator for Cal Poly's TAGA chapter. For the journal publication, I created, styled, and laid out the journal using Adobe InDesign. In order to create and finalize the publication, I collaborated with my executive team, the general body members, and sought design consults from one of our design reproduction professors within the department. Since this year's journal is an electronic publication, it was a little different, and in order to make sure every element was optimized well for web, some alterations included creating larger text, a larger outer margin for the document, and just like image placement. So this is just the first design iteration of many. Originally, we wanted to create a journal that had more of a minimalistic design and theme. And so with this iteration, the main idea was focusing on sustainability and using things like biodegradable paper and sustainable inks. So while this idea seemed really great at first, the problem was that these ideas were more geared towards a print publication and not for a electronic publication. So for the second iteration, we started solidifying our California theme. So this is just a few images of that. Playing a little bit more with poppy style and refining it a little bit more. And finally, our final iterations are cover with and without the AR elements.
All right, hi. My name is Lily Brass and I'm this year's research coordinator, and we chose issue for our publishing because ultimately we wanted to have an interactive journal platform that felt like you were actually flipping through a real physical journal. Cal Poly TAGA has had a history of publishing with issue for actually about 10 years now, and we wanted to uphold the tradition but take it even a step further by utilizing features of embedding directly on our website, which allowed us to concentrate all of our content into one place so you can remain immersed in the experience. And then here is a screenshot of all of our previously published journals on issue, and ours will be soon to be added.
Hi, I'm Ashley Hiroka and I'm the digital coordinator. My main role is to create the website to display this year's journal. I started out by creating wireframes in Figma to lay out all of the content and to figure out what the general look of the website would be. Then I moved to Wix to build the actual website and to also publish it.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Hines. I'm the marketing coordinator for this year's TAGA chapter. We decided to go with two different social media platforms. The first one we used is Instagram. We use this because we thought it would be the strongest platform to reach students. Instagram has allowed us to visually present our work this year, highlight our challenges and triumphs in our journey to create an electronic journal publication. We also use LinkedIn. We decided to go with LinkedIn just because it was going to reach a different group of people. So we use it so we could connect with graphic communication students, faculty, and industry professionals. And all of the marketing was created by me. So the social media post on LinkedIn and Instagram, but I also had collaboration with the rest of the executive board members.
Hi, I'm Nikki Sandoz, and I'm TAGA's production coordinator for this year. And this year, with the lack of actual physical production, my focus was on augmented reality. So we used Reality Blue for our AR software this year. And Reality Blue is web and app-based AR. And we work closely with MJ Anderson, who's the Chief Experience Officer of Reality Blue, who had a connection with one of our other professors in the department. So this year, all of our AR experiences were created by me and the AR team, which consisted of general body members. And we put the illustrations together. We pulled apart layers in Illustrator and Photoshop, and then used Adobe After Effects to animate them, and then we uploaded them to Reality Blue. So on the next slide, you can see this is an example of the illustration. This is the cover that we did in AR. And on the next slide after this, you can see the layers that I pulled out from there that then we brought over into After Effects in the next slide. And you can see I used keyframes to animate key elements of it. Like for example, in this one, the poppies and the waves and clouds that aren't really shown right now, but are in the final version of it. And then afterwards, we dropped it into Reality Blue. So here's a little video demonstration that'll show. So after you scan the experience, it pops up with a little augmented reality above the page pop out that's animated to show and bring to life some of the elements of the journal. And we're really excited to show you the rest of the AR experiences. So feel free to download our app and try it out when you get your hands on our journal.
One of the main challenges our team faced was collaborating virtually, specifically meeting multiple times a week because of Zoom fatigue, coordinating all of our schedules because of other classes and obligations, and also remaining on the same page about what needs to get done and communicating effectively.
As research during a virtual learning and work environment, one challenge we definitely had was difficulty getting in contact with the authors. In a normal environment with in-person meetings, it probably would have been a lot easier to get in contact with people we needed to and get the materials we needed to for the journal. But with having to rely on solely email, we didn't always get the responses that we needed with information we needed in a timely manner. So we had to work with what we were given. Example, this meant redesign all of our graphs to fit our theme and cutting out content out of the articles. And we didn't have all of the original images we needed to use. And at the end of the day, our main priority was that we didn't want to sacrifice quality.
Yeah, and another issue we ran into as well was in the beginning, we were trying to use Reality Blue's web-based AR features, and it worked really well in the immediate sense. But then as we got further in our development, we realized that it might not be as viable of an option because it wasn't as stable and the registration wasn't really working as perfectly as we wanted to. So we switched to app-based AR, which is a little bit more consistent.
So if we were able to kind of go through the process of creating a digital journal again, our team does feel that we could have been a bit more organized with the process. Obviously, it was a challenge to kind of switch from making a physical journal to a digital journal, but as a team, we think using the platform Trello could have been a really big help on letting us kind of spread out all of our duties and be accountable with the timeline.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to show you our journal.